Thank you.
See, real beer.
I'm sorry, I don't know the difference. Is that why we came here?
Partly.
Cheers.
Cheers, yes. Anne, I was wondering if we could go somewhere next week after the performance to celebrate, if you're not already...
No, I'm not doing anything. Although I expect people want to go somewhere as a group, don't you think?
Yeah, I expect so. It was just a thought.
But yes, of course. We could always go somewhere anyway.
Oh, well, good. You know... Ah, well, let's see. Could I run you home later? I've got a car tonight.
There you go. That'll be 198.
I want to know what Quinn's colleagues were doing on Friday afternoon.
All right.
But I want them to know. I want to know.
But if you do that...
They'll all have their stories ready, precisely. Let's see what they cook up.
All right, so whoever killed Quinn will have a pretty good alibi for last Friday. That should help, I admit.
If Quinn was killed on Friday.
Wasn't he?
I don't know. Do you? Come on, drink up, Lewis. We've got thinking to do.
We should have arrested Martin straight away.
Why?
Morse's law. You said there's a 50-50 chance that whoever finds the body did the deed.
That isn't Morse's law. Morse's law is there's always time for one more pint. Only there isn't. Come on. You're right, Lewis.
Always my round.
Then it's your lucky day. I've just gone off the beer.
My thoughts are bred of loneliness and depression, Lewis. Ignore them.
I was thinking there might be something in what you were saying.
I doubt it.
About the Poland brothers. There's 3 of them in on the plot to kill Harry Josephs. The 2 Polands and Paul Morris. And whichever brother it turns out to be, he kills off the other 2 witnesses.
In order to think about that, Lewis, I shall have to have another pint. Landlord.
Sorry, cask's empty. I'll have to go down the cellar and get a new one up.
Well, hurry up. My brain's just beginning to work.
You'll see if I'm right.
Oh, my God, Lewis. The cellar.
Of course, you know who has the best motive, don't you? Your friend, Mrs. Williams.
No, she couldn't have done it. She was with the group all evening. It was Poindexter. Has to be.
I still can't make out why Kemp was naked.
All right, then. Why are people naked?
To wash?
Yes. But what else? What else do people take their clothes off for?
Sunbathing?
Come on, Lewis, you are the married man.
Well, you don't take off all your clothes to do that. Not necessarily.
A lot of people do, I'm told. So let's suppose... Just let's suppose that Dr. Theodore Kemp was making love to a lady. And since we know that lady couldn't be his wife because of the car crash... Yes, the husband or whoever comes in and catches them. Hits him with whatever's to hand. Kills him. Got to get rid of the corpse. You can't dress the corpse. Difficult to dress a corpse. We know that.
Especially for a woman.
What?
Well, you said a husband or whatever. What about a jealous woman?
Sheila Williams could not have done it, Louis. She was at that restaurant. What we've got to do is to find out who Dr. Kemp's new bit of the other was. And the only person who asked that is the widow. She knew all about this hanky-panky, didn't she?
As trees are by their bark embraced, love to my soul doth cling. Is that how you feel about your wife, Louis?
Not exactly.
You disappoint me. Mrs. Kane. 5 minutes in a lay-by. That's what she said. Total stranger. Hello, sailor, and what do you get? 18 years of Sylvia Kane. Doesn't make sense, does it? Nothing trivial about fornication. It's a great pity, but there we are. Did they teach you that at school?
I don't think so, sir.
In Rochester's time, they used to make condoms out of leather. Protect themselves from the pox. Nothing changes much, does it, Louis? Is sex more trouble than it's worth? Keep wanting to find the answer.
Rupert, what is the difference between a pigeon and a stockbroker? Well, a pigeon is the only one who can deposit on the porch.
A pint of best and, 2 pints of best. Look at that bunch of yuppies.
Well, I don't know. At least if they became regulars, it would work wonders for his sales of gin and tonic.
But they ask for VAT receipts at the end of the session. Now, drink that, Lewis. Loosen some brain cells.
Sir, Miss Jarman's number
Yes?
does belong to a Ford Escort.
Huh?
A Mrs. M. Crowther.
I think I'll get some of our lads to breathalyze them. That should sweep the place clean. Crowther. Crowther? Dr. Crowther's wife?
Who?
Jennifer Colby, Angie, a coded letter. Miss Jarman's not as daft as I thought. Cunning old buzzard.
What's up, sir?
Crowther, the old goat. Yes. The maimed debauchee, Lewis. He borrowed his wife's car. He picked up Sylvia Kane.
How do you know this Mrs. Crowther's his wife?
I don't even know if he's married, but I bet he is. Come on, drink up.
And that was it? She didn't say anything else?
I don't think there was anything else.
Can you be sure there isn't?
Well, she would have said, wouldn't she? Or Rhodes would have.
Well, then why come forward?
She wanted to get him off, Lewis.
Yeah, but
if someone you loved had been charged with murder, would you want to believe it?
But Rhodes, sir. You'd need to have seen him in the interview room. If that was an act.
How can you make a judgment like that? You don't know him.
Well, neither do you, but you've got him in bed with Mrs. Marriott.
But I have evidence. I saw them at the inquest, and today she asked me to let him go.
Oh, forgive me, sir, but isn't that evidence what you'd call circumstantial? What about Mrs. Fallon? What does she think of him?
I don't think she liked him much. I seldom met.
Well, there must be someone we can talk to that knows him. There you go.
Bit cloudy.
Is it?
Didn't you notice?
No. Do you want me to change it for you?
No. No, it's just the bottom of the barrel, I expect. Check, though, will you, next time?
I'll be sure to.
How are you getting on with your traffic reports?
I reckon I've done about 10%.
You're not on piecework, Lewis.
Well, it is just me going through them.
I appreciate that, but there is some urgency. We are looking for a murderer.
Maybe I should be getting back then.
You haven't finished your drink.
Oh, I've missed enough lunches on this case. One more won't count.
But it's your round.
That was my round.
Well, if you're going to quibble.
You just lose interest, don't you? Once it's cracked, once the puzzle's solved, you just sit back and leave all the tidying up to me.
It's called a division of labour, Lewis. I provide the brains.
And I'm left saddled with the donkey work, aye.
Well, after the Lord Mayor's show.
Oh, thanks very much.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I'm a detective, but I leave the policing to you. It's what you're good at. The details.
Sorry, Chief Inspector.
You made it.
What else do I have to do on a Sunday but hang around in pubs for a policeman?
You haven't met Sergeant Lewis, have you? Adele Cecil.
Hi.
Hello.
What will you have to drink?
Malt, that's all right.
Ah, it's very all right. Lewis, you're in the chair.
What?
You still owe me a pint from 2 days ago.
Pint more whiskey.
This anagram, around Eve. I've tried and I've tried, but all I can come up with is endeavour. And no one's called Endeavour. Surely.
I told you my mother was a Quaker. And Quakers sometimes call their children names like Hope and Patience. My father was obsessed with Captain Cook, and his ship was called Endeavour. Why aren't you both laughing?
You poor sod.
I'm not calling you Endeavour.
Call him sir. He likes that.
Oh, no. No, I'll stick to Morse, like everyone else.
Cheers.
Thank you. Morse, you're not still trying to get me to tear up my book.
I'm just asking you to consider another possibility.
And that was why you wanted to dig up poor Joanna?
But was she really poor Joanna?
She was murdered, for goodness sake.
Are you sure of that? What is the linchpin of a criminal trial and conviction? Correct identification of the victim.
So?
Everyone in court assumed that the victim was Joanna Franks, but how was she identified?
By her husband, the ostler.
And no one else? No father, mother, brother, friend?
Well, she didn't have any. Not that were available anyway.
And none of the boatmen, not even Thomas.
Right, but there was Charles Franks.
Who came up from London over a week later. He looked at a corpse in an Oxford morgue. The face was black and disfigured. The body had deteriorated.
There was a birthmark that only a lover or a husband could know.
There was, wasn't there?
Mr. Kershaw.
Hello, Susan. And it's Adrian. Why don't we have a drink later, if you're still here?
Yes, I can be.
Right. What really did happen in the Oxford Canal murder? You bring me your book in hospital, I read, I get interested. Before I've read 10 pages, I can see that things just don't hang together.
Thanks.
With the investigation. I worry about the men arrested. I worry about the victim.
Simple of you.
Because nothing that's said about her in court makes sense.
Come on, Morse. What's your point?
Her clothes suggest that she's tall, but her shoes are small. Her garments are tampered with. But where? And by whom?
The boatmen.
Sure? Let's start at the real beginning.